So, to start my speech, I want to ask you a question. How much have you learned? A lot, right? Have you ever helped someone from what you've learned? You probably have. So, learning is an easy word to understand, right? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, learning means to gain new knowledge or skills in a new activity or subject. And you learn everywhere. You learn at home, at work, or at your home, or at the bus. But for me, learning is not as simple, but it is very, very magical. How can you gain new knowledge just from learning? Imagine everything we discovered or made up is in a sphere of smartness. And by doing magical spells, a line of sparkles travel into your mind and gain new knowledge. And from that knowledge, there's another kind of magic, personally. It is which help you develop your leadership skills and help that knowledge spread further within community, which is learn to lead. Have you ever heard of it? Simon Sinek, a British-born American author and motivational speaker, has had a speech about this. And this is a statement of his which inspired me a lot. Leadership is a practical and learnable skills like any others. Everyone can have a capacity to become a leader. Yes, anyone can become a leader. And once we are a leader, we need to be responsible for a lot of things, including giving credit and taking responsibilities. And behind every story of failures, constant perseverance, determination, and eagerness to learn. Teachers, parents, CEOs are leaders, and they need to learn before they can lead. Teachers need to acknowledge what their students will learn. Parents need to know how to take care of their kids. CEOs need to learn about economy and then to know how to run a company. And let's answer these questions. How has learn to lead influenced us and the people we lead? Personally, it is like a spread of kindness. You give affection to others, they gain happiness, and your kindness begins to spread within a society thanks to you. That's basically how leadership works, like a pass on knowledge from a role model to their followers. So I will tell you a story about Ho Chi Minh, our hero, our country hero, who had traveled overseas and acquired knowledge and led the whole nations. So one day in 1911, he said goodbye to Vietnam. He worked on a ship called La Touche Travel as a kitchen worker with a very low annual payment of less than an euro. Within those three supernations, he used his opportunity to study about revolutionary theories and immerse himself into the struggles of the working people. And regardless of how dangerous the challenge he had to face, he joined the establishment of the French Communist Party and became an international activist. And from his studies, he discovered a historical truth. Only socialism and communism can free the oppressed people and labor people from slavery. And on February 2nd, 1930, he used what he learned to lead a whole conference to establish the Communist Party of Vietnam. And after his absence for more than 30 years, he returned to his home country, utilized what he learned, and he directly led the Vietnam-French War. In Baggy Cao Bang, the League for the Independence of Vietnam was born, becoming one of the biggest factors that led to the enormous victory of the 1945 August revolutions. So the great story of how Ho Chi Minh learned to lead brought a victory to a small country. And I think you can be just as good at him by learning more, making progress from your studies, and let's become a leader together. Thank you.